Coming off a dramatic victory over rival Central Michigan, Western Michigan returns to Kalamazoo with a 3-0 record and a high-flying offense averaging 50 points per game. But standing in the way of the Broncos' march to Detroit is a Northern Illinois Huskies team that dashed the Broncos' MAC championship hopes in 2019. Western Michigan will look to avenge last year's loss and remain perfect in 2020. We'll preview all the action up next on the Western Michigan Football Pregame Show. And we welcome you inside Waldo Stadium, where today it's a MAC West matchup between the 0-3 Northern Illinois Huskies and the 3-0 Western Michigan Broncos. Alongside former Western Michigan quarterback and Campbell Trophy Award winner Zach Terrell, Conor Clingen here with you, and great to be back here. Zach, this Western Michigan offense is just on fire.
Absolutely. Great to be back with you, Conor, and happy belated Thanksgiving to you and everybody watching. But, yeah, this is a great matchup. I'm really excited to see Western play Northern after an exciting win last week versus our rival, the Central Michigan Chippewas. And
you mentioned Northern Illinois, an opponent that always is pretty tough for Western Michigan in this 6-game season. Even with the Huskies at 0-3, Western Michigan can't afford to look past anybody.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier, I consider this a rivalry game for Western. Northern Illinois, they ran the MAC for quite a while, and they're still a team to be reckoned with today. And Western's really going to have to come out and play, and with a lot of energy. Once again, with limited fans in the stands, they're going to have to BYOJ, bring their own juice. So they're going to come out, and Northern's going to be ready to play. I can assure you of that.
As we take a look now at the MAC standings, each game really critical, and this is through week 3. So last night, Central Michigan came away with a win at Eastern Michigan, so the Chippewas are now at 3-1, and with that, not really any breathing room. The good thing for Western Michigan is they do have wins over Toledo and Central Michigan.
I think the biggest thing for Western is they really just need to focus on themselves. If they come out and do what they're supposed to do and take it week by week, I think they're going to be just fine. And their path is set for them to make it to the MAC championship as long as they win out. They have every capability to do that.
As you said, the Broncos in the driver's seat to reach the MAC championship in Detroit. Buffalo and Kent State, that's a matchup today. Which of those teams do you think Western Michigan would match up better with, looking ahead a little bit?
You know what? That's a coin toss. I think both teams have very different styles. Buffalo, they're more of a running attack, where Kent State, they do a great job of airing the ball out. I don't know if you really can pick either one. They play today, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in that matchup. But Western really just needs to focus on 1 week at a time, and first week in that matchup is Northern Illinois.
Well, we're looking ahead a little bit, but certainly the players and coaches will not be for Western Michigan, but that should be a fun one to see as well between Buffalo and Kent State coming up later today. Well, we mentioned quite a bit that Western Michigan came away with a win over their rivals, Central Michigan, 52-44, a high-scoring affair, and this Broncos offense just could not be stopped in Mount Pleasant.
Once again, a great offensive showing by Western. They've proven that they can do it on the ground, through the air. It's really difficult. They put a lot of pressure on defenses on finding a way to stop them, and led by Kaleb Eleby, he's doing a tremendous job of leading this offense.
And early in this one, the Broncos were trailing 14-0. Then they rattle off 38 unanswered. What do you think that says about this team, that they're able to play that well with their backs against the wall?
Yeah, I really actually learned more about Western in this Central game than I did against Toledo. I think they showed great poise and not overreacting, and really showed a lot of maturity and coming back in that game. Going down 14-0 in the way that they did, Central really took it to them right off the bat. But Western Michigan, credit to them. They really stayed poised and came back, and that offense, they came back with a vengeance, and they showed just why they're probably the most powerful offense in the country, if not definitely the MAC.
This offense averaging 50 points per game, and it led to the Broncos taking home the victory cannon. Certainly a highlight for this season as we take a look at some of the stats. Kaleb Eleby, 12 of 20 for 382 yards. How's that for efficiency?
That's not bad. You don't normally see on 12 throws throwing for 380 yards. The biggest thing I like to see there is that touchdown to interception ratio, 5-1 there. So that's what's most important. He's doing a great job. And like I said the last week, is his strength is throwing the ball down the field, and that's why you're seeing such a great margin in his per attempt, his ratio. So he's doing a great job, and he just needs to continue to do what he's doing and keep getting the ball to guys like Eskridge and handing the ball off to Jefferson.
Dwayne Eskridge, 4 catches, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns, over 50 yards per catch in that game against the Chippewas. And although the defense gave up 44 points, you see pretty key there, holding the Chippewas without a score in the second quarter, leading the Broncos to that comeback.
Yeah, and you know what? They're an opportunistic defense, and what they need to do is they just need to find ways to turn the ball over. Western Michigan has such a potent offense that really Western only needs a few stops a game. They're going to score almost every possession they have, and with the powerful offense that they have. So the defense just needs to find ways to be creative, turn the ball over, and get the ball back into that offense's hands.
And they made some key stops on third down, held the Chippewas to 1 for 10 on third downs in that game. Well, Kaleb Eleby coming off a huge performance against the Chippewas, and coming up, we had a chance to sit down with the Broncos starting quarterback.
What is smart? Book smarts? Street smarts? IQ? EQ? Smart is her. It's him. They're in pursuit of purpose. Smart is knowing failure is success in progress. It's finding your calling. It's choosing your place to become. So, what kind of smart are you?
Are you ready? Ready to go? Are you ready? Ready for more? Are you ready?
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg at Maple Hill Volkswagen. This is the all-new Cross Sport and Passat. All Volkswagens have 0% for 72. Stop in and see us at West Main and 131 or online at maplehillauto.com.
Hi, my name is Abby Vandenberg with Maple Hill Subaru, and this is the 2021 Subaru Forester, starting at just $24,795. Subaru is one of the most awarded brands on the market, so no matter which model, you're always choosing a winner. Maple Hill Subaru, for a journey like no other.
Get more pep for your wallet at Arbor Financial Credit Union. When you bank with Arbor, you can earn more, like 3% more by simply using your debit card. And there are over 37,000 free ATMs for you to use, no surprise fees, and convenient access to your money with mobile banking. Now that's more. Find out how much more you can earn with Arbor Financial's free Momentum checking account. Visit a branch today or go to morewitharbor.org.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg at Maple Hill Auto Group. We are so excited to be back open. We have great programs and a large selection of cars to choose from. Shop us online at maplehillauto.com or West Main at 131 Kalamazoo. I'm back. Hyundai is offering employee pricing for Michigan residents only. No haggle, no hassle, just the lowest price. Hyundai, the brand that gives you America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Maple Hill, for a value like no other.
Get more mileage with an auto loan from Arbor Financial Credit Union. Low rates along with easy and fast approvals from Arbor Financial put you in the driver's seat. You can call or apply online and have your answer in minutes. Right now, Arbor Financial is offering auto loans as low as 1.49% APR on new or used vehicles. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Get rolling and get more at morewitharbor.org.
What is smart? Book smarts? Street smarts? IQ? EQ? Smart is her. It's him. They're in pursuit of purpose. Smart is knowing failure is success in progress. It's finding your calling. It's choosing your place to become. So, what kind of smart are you?
Are you ready? Ready to go? Are you ready? Ready for more? Are you ready?
Welcome back inside Waldo Stadium, where we're previewing Western Michigan's matchup with Northern Illinois coming up on ESPN+. And the Broncos are 3-0 this season, and a big part of that success has been the play of starting quarterback Kaleb Eleby, and we had a chance to sit down with him. Now joined by redshirt sophomore starting quarterback Kaleb Eleby, who's led the Broncos to this 3-0 start. Kaleb, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Conor. I really appreciate it.
Well, Caleb, this offense is averaging over 50 points per game, second in the nation in scoring. You're coming off a performance against Central Michigan where you had 382 yards, 5 touchdowns. How much fun is it to be leading this group?
It's definitely fun. I think that's the key this year is to have fun and play together and enjoy what we're doing and trying our best to execute. Um, I feel like it really starts in practice. We are practicing with a lot of effort. We're practicing communicating well. We're just focusing on the little things and trying to execute one play at a time. And we're starting to see the benefits of that.
Well, you mentioned practice, and that's certainly important this season. There was a time where you guys didn't even know if there would be a season. There was a point where the MAC had said there would not be a season. How have you been able to develop the chemistry that you have with this receiver group, given that you had a shorter time to get ready for this season?
I would have to say it's a blessing in disguise. And just because of the fact that we knew that was, we didn't know if we were going to have a season or not. However, we all took a pledge to commit and get better, as a unit, as an offense, as a team. And I think, those commitments really are paying dividends right now. Hard work pays off, and we're starting to see that.
Well, you mentioned a blessing in disguise there. And last season, Caleb, you redshirted after your freshman year. You got a chance to play in 5 games. Obviously, as a competitor, I'm sure you would have preferred to have been on the field. But how did that season, getting a chance to watch from the sidelines, benefit you going into this year?
I would have to say it helped a lot. Part of being a good leader is knowing how to follow, in my opinion. And watching John Watson, we always mention him. He was a great quarterback. He really kind of paved the way and showed, how to be a leader and how to command excellence from your guys and things of that nature. And, watching him and just taking my God-gifted ability and my work ethic to try to make the best I can was just really my focus.
Certainly, you guys have, a few games left here and hopefully a chance for a MAC championship as well. When you guys heard that you'd be playing again this season, was there a moment when you kind of realized, hey, we could really do something special this year?
Yeah, the moment where we got word that we would be playing, all we needed was just an opportunity. And I feel like we're making the most of it. I'm excited to see where this group goes. And we're just growing one day at a time, just trying to be better than we was yesterday. And I think in focusing that, we're consistently getting better.
And that has certainly shown as you guys are off to that 3-0 start. You're coming off a big 52-44 win over Central Michigan. Obviously, right now the focus is on Northern Illinois, but how much does it mean to you and your teammates to get that win against your arch rival there in Central Michigan?
Well, Central Michigan, the Central and Western rivalry is always, going to be a hard-fought game. I was just excited to see how we responded. Being down, they got out to a good, fast start, being down 14-0. And, I think it really is a testament to this team once again of just continuing to focus on executing our job one play at a time. And I know it may sound cliche, but that's really, why we stuck it out and was able to do so. And you can go even the week prior to Toledo and it showed again. All we were focused on was execution. And once we got settled in a little bit and was able to play our game, we were able to, kind of dictate what we wanted to do. And I was just glad to see that as a leader of this team, as a team, we were able to do that and come together.
And you mentioned the week prior against Toledo too, and being down 14-0 against Central Michigan. What do you think that says about the resiliency of this group being able to come back and win those close games?
I'll have to say fighters. If I had to use one word to describe us, I would say we're fighters. And that goes a long way. That goes a long way. And once again, like I said, I'm excited just to see where this can go.
Northern Illinois coming up on Saturday at home back at Waldo Stadium. What's your main focus going into this game against the Huskies?
I would just have to say going out and playing our game. It's really us versus us at the end of the day. I know I sound like a broken record, with the execution part. But that's really the focus right now. It's execution. Every practice, every day, just trying to get better and find ways to win.
And we've certainly seen that so far in 2020. Kaleb, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks to Kaleb Eleby for joining us earlier this week. And Zach, we've seen the big numbers from him, 11 touchdowns, only 1 interception on the year. But what's really impressed you the most about his play?
I think the thing that's impressed me most with Kaleb is his poise. Caleb's done a tremendous job with a cannon like that. I mean, a lot of guys can get themselves into trouble, and he's really trusted the offense, trusted what Coach Lester is preaching, and he's gotten the ball to his playmakers. He's done a great job of distributing it and not doing too much and letting those guys do the work. And at times when things aren't right or when things don't look good, he's doing a great job of just not making the wrong play, turning the ball over. And his poise is really what set him apart in those first 3 games, and it's been really fun to watch, and the explosion on offense that they've had.
He certainly has been explosive all season long, and we'll have the chance to break down a couple of those plays from the win over Central Michigan.
Kaleb has the snap, looks to his right. Now scrambling to his right, looks downfield, throws it up the boundary, and it is caught by Jalen Hall. What a great catch on the far sideline. Hall went over the top of the defender and gathered it in at the Chippewa 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Western Michigan.
So let's break down this play that we just saw. This is a 2x2 set here. We have Central Michigan. They're looking at a potential 3-buzz situation here. So what 3-buzz means is you see that safety rolls down. We have the linebacker that rolls back to the center of the field. Have a deep third. Kaleb rolls out and does a great job of buying some time, and then Jalen reads that and actually extends his route up and makes a tremendous contested catch down the field. So as Kaleb gets the offense set back up, like I said, you can see those middle linebackers shift over. This is how Kaleb and the offense will know that there's going to be some rotation. This play is a lot like the play we broke down versus Akron a couple weeks ago, in which we do kind of an abbreviated rollout to the right here. And as Kaleb sets his feet, does a good job of buying some time. Running back gives a little chip there. Kaleb extends the play out, keeps his eyes downfield, gives Jalen a nice catchable ball up in the air. Jalen being 6'4", does a great job of making the play.
Well, you mentioned Kaleb buying some more time rolling out to the right. How difficult is that as a quarterback to, as you're rolling out, keep your eyes down the field?
That's what a lot of coaches preach, and Kaleb does a great job of making sure. I mean, he's not a run-first quarterback. He's a throw-first, similar to a pass like this. This is a great pass by Kaleb as well. Just a nice, easy 3-step drop, hits the wide receiver in rhythm. The wide receiver does a great job of exposing the busted coverage, does a nice job getting a release as they try to jam him at the line. That safety that you see there on the left at top of your screen is supposed to cover him deep, but he doesn't, leaving the corner on an island, and Jalen and Kaleb expose that.
Well, when you give that much separation for a guy like Kaleb Eleby, he's not going to miss on a throw like that. He's leading the nation in passing efficiency, a 240 rating there. A very impressive start to the season for Eleby.
Yeah, and this is what he does best, driving the ball down the field, giving his wide receivers an opportunity. That's the toughest thing for young quarterbacks to learn, is giving these playmakers the opportunity to make the plays. And his wide receivers up to this point are making him right.
It's an impressive group for Western Michigan. Eskridge, Hall, Sky Moore, so many weapons out there for Kaleb Eleby, and he'll look to get the ball to them again today against Northern Illinois. Coming up next, we'll preview today's matchup.
Is smart. Book smarts, street smarts, IQ, EQ. Smart is her. It's him. They're in pursuit of purpose. Smart is knowing failure is success in progress. It's finding your calling. It's choosing your place to become. So, what kind of smart are you?
Are you ready? Ready to go? Are you ready? Ready for more? Are you ready?
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg at Maple Hill Volkswagen. This is the all-new Cross Sport and Passat. All Volkswagens have 0% for 72. Stop in and see us at West Main and 131 or online at maplehillauto.com.
Hi, my name is Abby Vandenberg with Maple Hill Subaru, and this is the 2021 Subaru Forester, starting at just $24,795. Subaru is one of the most awarded brands on the market, so no matter which model, you're always choosing a winner. Maple Hill Subaru, for a journey like no other.
You found the perfect home. Arbor Financial Credit Union has the perfect mortgage. Arbor Financial has helped thousands of people get into the home of their dreams with little to no money down mortgage options, conventional fixed rate mortgages, construction loans, and more. Your mortgage with Arbor Financial is locally serviced, so you'll get an easy approval process, great rates, and low closing costs, plus a team of specialists to help every step of the way. Find out more at morewitharbor.org.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg at Maple Hill Auto Group. We are so excited to be back open. We have great programs and a large selection of cars to choose from. Shop us online at maplehillauto.com or West Main at 131 Kalamazoo. I'm back. Hyundai is offering employee pricing for Michigan residents only. No haggle, no hassle, just the lowest price. Hyundai, the brand that gives you America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. Maple Hill, for a value like no other.
When it comes to your mortgage, sometimes less is more at Arbor Financial Credit Union. When you refinance with Arbor Financial, you could lower your monthly payments, leaving you with more cash on hand every month. You could reduce the term of your mortgage, so you'll be done paying off the loan in less time. And paying less interest means you get more out of your home's value. Arbor Financial Credit Union makes refinancing your current mortgage simple and easy with ultra-low refi rates. Find out more at morewitharbor.org.
What is smart? Book smarts? Street smarts? IQ? EQ? Smart is her. It's him. They're in pursuit of purpose. Smart is knowing failure is success in progress. It's finding your calling. It's choosing your place to become. So, what kind of smart are you?
Are you ready? Ready to go? Are you ready? Ready for more? Are you ready?
Back to throw as Childers throws to the sideline. It's intercepted. 10-5. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Welcome back inside Waldo Stadium, where we're previewing today's MAC West matchup between the Northern Illinois Huskies and the Western Michigan Broncos. Zach, Terrell, Conor, Clingen back here with you. And Zach, we were talking a little bit off air. Obviously, the main rival for the Broncos is Central Michigan, who they just came off beating. But you mentioned this Northern Illinois game always meant a lot to you.
Yeah, this is a difficult game. I look back to 2014, 15. And the 2 years before we were able to finally beat them in 16. Both those games, we were up in the first half and really should have won both those games, but Northern found a way to come back and win. And I look for Northern to come out and be ready to play. They're 0-3, and they're a very proud team, a traditional powerhouse in the MAC. So I expect them to be ready to play, and it's going to be a tough one for Western. I think a lot of people think that Western's going to run away with this one, but I think otherwise. I think it's going to be a tough game, and we're in for a fight.
And Northern Illinois certainly gave Ball State a challenge on the road in their last game, a 31-25 loss. 4 out of the last 5 games of this series have been a one-possession game.
Yeah, and that, like I said, I remember that when I played, and it's been that way ever since, too. So it's going to be a tough game. Western obviously has a bad taste in their mouth from last year, so I expect them to be ready for a little bit of a revenge game and an opportunity to get 1 week better, to be 4-0, and then continue on their quest to the MAC championship.
And this week, Tim Lester mentioned that revenge factor, it does play in a little bit. And you like to hear that from a head coach actually being up front, that game from last year is still in their mind a little bit.
Yeah, and a lot of times, a lot of coaches will come out and publicly say, no, it's just we want to get 1 week better, blah, blah, blah. The company line, that's something that Coach Fleck always did. But I like Lester's honesty, and it is honest. I think a lot of these players were there, and a lot of them understand that last year they had an opportunity. And unfortunately, they lost to Northern, and it really kind of took away all their dreams of making it to the MAC championship last year.
And Western Michigan looking to avenge that on their march toward the MAC championship in 2020. Let's take a look now at our keys to the game.
So our keys to the game that we have here, obviously you see first there, start fast. Obviously Northern Illinois, I think this is important to them, but equally as important to Western as well. Both these teams, like you said, it's been a one-possession game the past few meetings, so it's important for both teams to start fast on offense and get the ball rolling. And then the second key, win the turnover battle. Western up to this point has been really efficient with not turning the ball over. That's a key for any game, for any team. That's something that each coach, I'm sure, is putting as their keys to their game as they're preaching to their team. And that's important for the defenses. Like I talked about earlier, Western being an opportunistic defense, finding ways to get the ball back into Western's hands. And Northern Illinois, they need to eliminate that. And then emotions. Like I said, this is a rivalry game for both teams. Both teams equally understand. They're both proud, traditional powerhouses in the MAC. Both of them are coming in with high emotions. Northern Illinois trying to turn their season around. They would like nothing more than to come into Waldo Stadium and upset the Broncos and find a way to get their season back on track.
And you have to be careful as well coming off of Thanksgiving, maybe a little bit of that tryptophan. Don't want to be too tired coming into this one with a noon kickoff here from Waldo Stadium. As we now take a look at our players to watch this afternoon for Northern Illinois, junior running back Aaron Collins coming off a 2-touchdown performance.
Yeah, Aaron is more their every down back, a big, strong, physical runner. They're going to need a lot out of him today. He's going to need to set the tone for this offense, take some pressure off their quarterback. He had 2 touchdowns last week, so he's looking to build off that for this week.
And for Western Michigan, we've certainly already talked a lot about him, but Kaleb Eleby, just a fantastic start to the season, and he's going to be the key if this Broncos team is going to make it to the MAC championship.
Yeah, and I think Northern Illinois in this game, they're going to be keying on finding a way to slow down this passing attack. With only 12 passes last week for 382 yards, they've got to find a way to keep the ball in front of them, minimize their possessions, and find a way to keep the ball out of Caleb's hands. And because the distribution and the way that he's been tearing defenses apart, if he gets his opportunities, he's going to make Northern pay. So they've got to find a way to slow him down. He's had such poise this year, and I look for him to continue to build off another strong performance last week for Central.
And this is a Huskies defense that has allowed 40 points per game, a young secondary, including 2 true freshmen on the back end for Northern Illinois. So that's a matchup that Western Michigan will look to exploit. Well, now let's get to our picks from around the Mid-American Conference today, and we will start in Toledo. Last week, everyone at 2-1, so we're all even in the standings right now.
All right. I like it.
So we'll see who can come out on top for the season. We're starting off with Ball State and Toledo. Zach, your pick here.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Toledo here. As much as an Indiana boy wants to pick Ball State, I'm going to go with Toledo. They've got a mission. I mean, they unfortunately had a tough loss versus us, but they're still on that hunt for the MAC West title.
And Eli Peters, the quarterback for Toledo, he's questionable for this one, but I'm still going to go with the Rockets as well, like the physicality from that team. And our crew. Toledo across the board from the crew as well. And now Bowling Green and Ohio. And this Bowling Green team, Zach, they've struggled a bit. Who do you have in this one?
This is a clear-cut winner for me. I'm going to go with Ohio. I think everybody is hoping that Ohio covers the spread in this game, but Bowling Green is probably one of the worst MAC teams I've seen in a long time, so I'm going to go with Ohio here.
Yeah, Scott Loeffler in his first season, a very young roster for the Falcons, just trying to build something. I'm also going to go with Ohio. And our crew? Ohio. So we're all agreeing so far. So far, so good. And now really one of the biggest matchups, the biggest matchup in the MAC today, Kent State and Buffalo, perhaps the MAC East on the line. Zach, who do you have?
Yeah, I said this earlier. This is a coin flip for me. But I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one. They've got a little bit more experience. I like their running attack. They were picked to win the MAC this year, so I expect Buffalo to win this one.
Yeah, Jarrett Patterson has been really impressive for Buffalo. He ran for over 300 yards in the Bulls last win. But I'm going to go with a slight upset and take Kent State to win this one on the road. Dustin Crum, really impressive at quarterback. And our crew? All right, so we finally have a little bit of disagreement here, so we'll see how that one turns out in Buffalo. Next up, we're taking a look at the Miami Redhawks and the Akron Zips. Zach, who do you have?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Miami in this one. Started off a little slow so far in the season, but they're going to find their way fighting back. I think Akron's still a young team, still trying to find their identity and who they are.
Yeah, the Redhawks had a game canceled against Ohio earlier in the season, but I like the job that Chuck Martin does down there. I'm also going to go with the Redhawks. And our crew? Once again, we're in agreement, and now we will take a look at the matchup right here at Waldo Stadium coming up at noon on ESPN Plus between Northern Illinois and Western Michigan. Zach, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Western in this one. I think that they're ready to continue what they've done so far. I think Northern Illinois having to travel early this morning, a long drive from DeKalb. I think Western starts fast, and they finish strong, and they come out on top.
The Broncos averaging 50 points per game on the season, going up against a defense that's allowing 40 per game. I like the offense for Western Michigan continuing to roll in this one. I've also got Western Michigan and our crew.
Shocker on that pick there. That's breaking news.
No surprise there. Western Michigan across the board, and Bronco fans not able to attend today, but I'm sure plenty will be watching as the Northern Illinois Huskies visit Western Michigan today at noon on ESPN+. For Zach, Terrell, and our entire crew, I'm Conor Clingen, and thank you for joining us, and go Broncos.